It's the year 2025, and taking a look around your home, you may be surprised how the ancient Romans invented the idea of many items you use every day over 2,000 years later. Sounds crazy, right? But the truth is, the Romans weren't just conquering, building colosseums and aqueducts. People just like you and me were designing and developing everyday items so practical that many of them are still with us today. Some are just upgraded in material or technological forms. So today we're cracking open a kind of time capsule, exploring everyday Roman objects that could easily find a home in your kitchen drawer, your bathroom cabinet, or even your gaming shelf. Let's start with something the Romans took very seriously: hygiene. This little tool is called a strigil. It's basically a curved metal scraper, and Romans would oil up their skin, then scrape away sweat, dirt and dead skin to clean themselves up.
Scrape down like that to remove the oil, but in so doing it would also remove all the dirt, all the gunk, all the nastiness, all the dead skin. That would all go and slosh.
This is a similar idea to modern exfoliating body scrubbers, but as we now have plastic and silicone, it's far more manageable in a handheld sponge-style form factor. But many people around the world still use scrapers of different kinds today for cleaning and notably massaging. In some ways, self-care hasn't changed too much in 2,000 years, although I won't go into the horrors of the shared Roman toilet sponge. Next up, the delabra. This was an essential multi-tool of the Roman world. Part pickaxe, part adze. Soldiers carried it to dig trenches, chop wood, or smash through obstacles.
I'm always amazed by how well mild steel can hold up. The edge is quite thick, but it hasn't bent or distorted, really. If this was your only means of cutting down timber, it'll do a good job, or reasonably good job. Take a lot of time, but it'll do a good job. After heat treating, I'm hoping that this is even going to be able to cut stone.
And before widespread roads and footpaths, this was a necessary tool for traversing natural terrain and wooded areas. Here is a Roman delabra compared with a modern tactical axe or multi-tool. And if you're into camping, survival gear or DIY, you've probably seen the same concept at your local hardware store. The delabra proves that the efficiency of multi-purpose tools are timeless. And now we move on to Roman surgical instruments. Many of these tools look shockingly similar to what's in a surgeon's kit today.
By placing a set of modern tools next to the ancient ones, striking similarities appear. All that really separates these instruments is the materials they are made out of. And of course, nearly 2,000 years.
Of course, Romans didn't have anesthesia, so let's not romanticize surgery back then. But the precision design of these tools are still foundational in modern medicine, and for the time, it's extremely impressive thinking that these are over 2,000 years old. They look like you could polish them up and sterilize them to be used today. The Romans lit their world with oil lamps, small, portable and efficient. Add olive oil, light a wick, and boom, light on demand. Plus these oil lamps burned relatively clean with good quality fuels like olive oil, so would produce very little soot. The DNA of this design is still in every candle, lantern and custom light we use today. In a way, this is basically mood lighting, the Roman edition, but they didn't have RGB. Then we've got the stylus and wax tablet. Romans used these as reusable notebooks for personal and business needs. You'd write in the wax, smooth it over and start again. Simple. Similar to how we use modern tablets today. Now this isn't exactly an ancient prototype iPad. Obviously the iPad can be used for that purpose, but a more direct analog comparison would be a whiteboard. But people don't really carry around mini whiteboards, so the Roman wax tablet sits somewhere in between a modern tablet and a whiteboard. Romans even used shorthand like modern texting, but sadly no emojis, unless you count the odd little doodles sometimes found. And now, who doesn't love a good dice game? Romans rolled dice for gambling, gaming and fun in general. The cubic design they use looks almost identical to the regular dice you'll find in most common board games and casinos, etc. A clear example that sometimes the idea of a design template works so perfectly it never needs updating. Some dice have more or less sides and different symbols to adapt to different games or rules, but it still serves exactly the same purpose. Let's talk about some of the smaller, less flashy but still brilliant Roman gadgets. First up, the spatula. Yes, just a spatula. Flat, sturdy, used for cooking and mixing, an essential cooking utensil used worldwide. Well, if you flipped a pancake this morning or used a spatula before, you've basically borrowed from ancient Roman kitchen design. Then there's the hairpin. Sure, it held fancy hairstyles together, but it doubled as a multi-purpose tool. Romans used hairpins to pick locks, stir food, or even secure clothing. We're even still using them the exact same way today, showing how timeless of a design the hairpin really is. And then we have the cochlea. Not to be confused with the one in your ear. It's a multi-utensil. On one end it's a spoon for eating, and on the other end is a sharp tip for spearing things like olives or snails. Think of the cochlea as the spork's classier ancestor, 2 tools in one. Exactly the kind of multifunctional design we still prize today, and you'll still see utensils like this today for custom purposes. Camping and survival gear is a category that usually tailors towards a multi-use design of tools and utensils. These are just a few common everyday items used by the Roman Empire, and it just shows that the tools may have evolved in material and complexity due to our modern technology and engineering capabilities, but many of these core ideas from the Romans clearly survived for thousands of years and are still being developed and adapted further today. It all comes down to our human ability to problem solve and streamline the design of something for a specific purpose. Before we had the ability to mass produce using cheaper materials, people generally built things to last, so most things were made of wood, stone, bone or metal until more recent times. So in 2000 years' time, what will future historians think of what they find from our time on this earth? Well, next time you light a candle, roll dice with friends or scribble on a tablet, remember, you're not just using something modern, you're holding a piece of what will be history. So which Roman invention surprised you the most? And what other ancient tools do you think deserve a comeback? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to hear your picks. And if you have any item suggestions to include in a follow-up future video, please comment them too. And remember, the Romans weren't just building an empire, they were building the future. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, like and share. Please also consider joining my Patreon for ad-free uncut videos, or become a channel member here on YouTube. Have an amazing day and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care of yourselves out there.